morning students. Today we will start our chapter number 1, that is matter in our surroundings. Chapter number 1, that is matter in our surroundings. So first of all, the matter, what is the meaning of matter? Matter in our surroundings. That is a heading of our chapter. What is the meaning of matter and in our surroundings? So the heading tells us matter, each and every particle, each and everything surrounded us, like air, chalk, duster, benches, red board, bricks, camera, mobile phone, tube light, AC, each and everything around us. Everything is made up of matter. Everything is made up of matter. Yes. So what is the definition of matter? Each and everything which occupies mass and some space, which have definite mass and occupies some space, that is known as matter. Yes. So the definition is clear. Certain things which occupy some space and have a definite mass, that particular thing is known as matter. So now this is the basic history of the particular matter. Indian philosopher divides matter in 5 basic elements. Indian philosopher divides 5 basic elements. Okay, so which are they? That are air, earth, sky, water. These are the 5 elements described by a philosopher that matter is divided. Matter is divided by Indian philosopher and by a modern scientist. Okay, so by Indian philosopher, five basic elements, that is air, earth, sky, water and fire. Yes, this is the 5 basic elements which described by Indian philosopher. This is the 1 marker question. Basic element of matter in past that Indian philosopher described it. Now in modern scientists describe it in 2 parts. One is physical and another one is chemical. Physical and another one that is chemical. Physical nature and chemical nature. So in this chapter, this is the introduction part of chapter number 1. So we will study about what are the physical nature of the matter in this chapter, and that is chemical nature, that we will study in grade 10, chapter number 1. In grade 10. So first of all, what are the physical nature of these different states? Yes, we will study in this chapter. So first of all, activity 1.1 shows that if you take a beaker and in a spoon you just take sugar and salt, that are which particle? That are a solid particle. Yes, like here you just in activity 1.1, activity 1.1, you just take a small beaker. Yes, fill it with water. Take a spoon. Yes. Now in this spoon you take sugar or salt, whatever sugar or salt, that is solid form. That is a solid form of the particular matter, and it is a liquid. Water, that is a liquid. So now if you dissolve that sugar or salt in this water, so what things happen? That sugar and salt dissolve in the water. But why this thing happen? The question is that why this thing happen? If you put sugar and salt on your duster, on a duster, okay, is it melted? Is it dissolved? What is the question? That is a solid particle. If you put on the solid base, that does not dissolve. Why? Because in the solid form there is a no intermolecular spaces between them, so it does not dissolve in this part. Yes, but here in water there is a lots of intermolecular space compared to solid. Intermolecular spaces are there, so that sugar and salt easily dissolve in this water. Is it clear? Activity 1.1. So now we will move on our next activity, that is activity 1.2. In activity 1.2 there are you just see the different types of beakers are there. Total 5 beakers are there. Yes, the topic, the heading of this activity 1.2, that is we cannot imagine the size of the particular matter. We cannot imagine. Yes, so you just take a different size of beaker, okay, different beakers, and you just fill it with water. Total 5 beakers are there. Okay, in first beaker you just take a potassium permanganate, which the particle of that potassium permanganate turn of water into pink color. Yes. Now another 4 beakers are there. You just take 10 ml of that first beaker and put into second. So now the second beaker is also colored, but it is much lighter than first one. Now again you just take another 10 ml of that second beaker and put into third. So now the color of the third beaker, that is much lighter than second. Now you again do a same activity. You just take 10 ml of that third beaker and put into a fourth one. So the color of that particular water is much lighter than compared to beaker number 1. So only one particle of potassium permanganate can spoil 1000 liter of water. So we cannot imagine the size of that particular particle. Another example is there. Everyone knows that the Dettol. Yes, if we take out 1 or 2 drops or 3 or 4 drops into our bucket, so the smell of the Dettol spreading all our room, all our house. Yes, we cannot imagine the particles that can dissolve in Dettol, that dissolve in liquid, that dissolve in bucket, and the spreading of fragrance around the whole house, around the whole room. We cannot just put a whole water in particular one bucket for spreading the smell. Only 2 to 3 drops can spread whole fragrance around our room as well as our house. Okay, so here activity 1.2 is done. Now next, that is activity 1.3. In this activity 1.3, you just take intensity which is unlighted. So can you feel that fragrance around outside your room? Is it not possible? But if you lighten the intensity, the fragrance of that intensity around your room, around your house. Why is it so? Because that is a gaseous form. It spread very quickly compared to solid and compared to liquid. Yes, this is activity 1.3. You have done at your home also. Now in activity 1.4, you just take 2 beaker. Okay, in first beaker you dissolve the ink, red or blue ink or black ink, whatever you have, and another beaker you just add a honey and left undisturbed. आपको क्या करना है? इसको undisturbed रखना है. So what things happen? The ink part that dissolve very quickly compared to honey. Why is it so? Both are liquid, both are dissolved. One is taken much time and another was taken is less time. So here the particle have density. Honey have more density compared to ink. So ink is easily easily distribute all over the medium very quickly compared to honey. Yes. So here activity 1.4 is also done. Activity 1.5 it shows that if you increase the temperature, the dissolution power is quicker. Yes, just you take one activity from your home. You just make a lemon with nimbu pani at your home in 3 different types. You just take one chill water, normal water, and a heat water. So in which substance, in which vessel, in which water that sugar dissolve very quickly, in chilled water, in normal water, or in hot water? Yes, obviously in hot water. Why is it so? Because if we increase the temperature, the kinetic energy of that particle is also increases, the dissolution power is also increases. So here activity 1.5 says that if you increase the temperature, the particle kinetic energy of that particle is also increases. Yes, so the dissolution power is also increases.
So students, here we completed activity 1.1. In this activity we have seen that the solid particles easily dissolve in liquid form. Why? The thing is that the intermolecular spaces in liquid is quite lower than solid particles, so easily they make a space in the liquid and they easily dissolve in the liquid medium. Yes, now here in activity 2 we see that only single particles, we cannot imagine the size of that particle, only one particles of potassium permanganate can disturb the 1000 liter of water. Yes, and now here in activity 1.3 we see that the particles are continuously moving, the intensity, the fragrance of that particular the intensity is distributed all over the room, same as Dettol. Now the 1.4 we have seen that the density of the honey and density of the ink they are continuously dissolving power. If the density is higher, the dissolving power is low. And here activity 1.5 we see that if you increase the temperature, the kinetic energies also increases of the particular particle. So here we completed our first video. Here we see different types of activity and we understood about the chapter. The chapter is going to about the particle, what is matter, what is the Indian philosopher is said, what are the different types of physical properties and chemical properties. So here I ending this lecture. Thank you so much.